Hi everybody. This is called Faith Got Stuck at Work Lunch Break. How you doing? So I'm actually working with my daughter right now because she works here too. And it's really actually, we've just been having good bonding moments, which is wonderful. You know, we've been actually talking a lot. It's really, really good because I work a lot and she works and, you know, she's out on her own now. She's 22. My oldest daughter's 22. My oldest child is like 26. Yeah, I'm old. Whatever. I'm kidding. Actually, I had my first child when I was 16. Yes, I did. I was one of those statistics. But anyway, I prevailed. That's another long story in and of itself. But anyway, so I figured I would just come up here and make like,
Hello.
hello. Oh, wait. Say hi.
Hi.
You gotta come over here and say hi. You wanna say hi to Miranda? Say hi to Miranda. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. That's my little flea bag. Wait, she... She's being a real booger wipe. And now she's running away from him because she's making a video. She's running. She's gotten what? That's Miranda. So anyway, she is a serious goofball, just like her mother. So, and she's still there. I'm going to beat her ass. It's going to happen. I'm watching you. It's funny because right now she's the supervisor. She's my boss right now. Isn't that weird? I supervise 3 to 11. She supervises 11 to 7. So she's my boss right now. That's fun. Anyway, though, on a serious note, so I figured I would just come out here and just make this little crazy video. Well, not crazy, actually. I was going to do like an opening video or like an opening up story time. We're going to do a story time video, guys. So my story time video is of my first marriage. Her dad. Bonehead. Kidding. I just want to tell you guys what I've learned about relationships. Well, my husband is great. He's fantastic. My husband now. But me and my ex-husband, we were always oil and water. Complete oil and water. We just never got along. It's so weird. But I wanted to say one thing about relationships and cheating is if you find yourself in a relationship and you develop an attraction to somebody else, an attraction so deep that you want to sleep with them, and you're in a long-term relationship with somebody, or you're married or whatever, it is time for you to stop and reevaluate your relationship. Because if you truly are in love with the person that you're with, you would never do that to them. You would never do it. So if you find yourself in a predicament or in a situation where you feel like you develop these kind of passionate feelings for somebody else other than the person you're with, you need to take a step back and you need to really evaluate it. And that's just one of my things that I want to say, you know, about relationships. Or if you're cheated on, that's a hard one. You know, that's a hard, touchy subject, and it's hard to rebel. I'll tell you this little quick story time, okay? This is a serious video, guys, with some goofs in it, but me and my ex-husband, like I said, let me tell you about some Jerry Springer episodes of my life, okay? So we were married, we separated, I got into a new relationship, and I did have another child, and then we got back together because that relationship didn't work out or whatever, and I said, okay, I'll give it a try. It was dumb. I shouldn't have done it. But I don't regret, because I have my 5th child, Megan, so I don't regret that at all. But I do say, you know, I don't want to say like trying to work out a relationship after so much has gone by isn't worth it, but I look at it when we separated, you know, there was reasons why we did. I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't. He was, like, we had completely different thought processes. I thought she was standing there. She's such a brat. But we had complete different outlooks on life. Like, I wanted this and he wanted that. And it just, there was no happy medium. There was no ground or whatever. So we did try to work it back out, and it didn't work. And I should have known that. Well, I did know that, but I tried. You know, I did try and make an effort. And then I, you know, met my wonderful husband. Actually, I met my husband. He was a manager at a gas station that me and my ex-husband always used to go to. And I didn't see him for years. And I was out at a bar one day on a night out. Me and my best friend went out at the time. It was my best friend at the time. We went out because Mom needed a day out, you know. And I was like, okay, we'll go out. We'll do this karaoke thing. And my husband was there. I was like, hey, aren't you the one that used to work over? And que sera, you know, we bonded, and you know how it goes. But anyway, I just wanted to give this little subject about relationships, you know. And when I was watching Beauty with Ashley's videos about her relationship, it just kind of made me want to open up and make a video and maybe try to say a few things that have happened in my life. But oh God, me and my ex-husband fought so much. It was just ridiculous. It wasn't a marriage. I didn't even, you know what, and even while we were married, I said, this isn't a marriage, it's a battlefield, you know. But I was the one that cheated. I'll admit it, I was. And that's when I knew that this marriage is over. There's no saving it, because I just, that love wasn't there anymore, and I just knew it. And I'm going to be honest, it was me. I cheated on him, and I knew it was over. But then when I did, I went to him and I said, this marriage is over. I said, we need to separate, because if I feel this strongly, actually, I want to cross that off. I didn't cheat. I told him that because I had feelings for somebody else, and I didn't cheat on him technically when we were separated. So I don't call it cheating. But anyway, it was cheating. I gotta stop. It was cheating. But when I knew I developed feelings for somebody else, I knew that our relationship at that point was over. Because if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't feel that strongly about somebody else, you know? So anyway, in my last video I said, you know, when I got divorced, I had 4 kids and I was pregnant with number 5, so that's how that stemmed. Now, I got married at the age of 19. That was the biggest problem, number 1. And I want to say that, you know, a lot of people refer to things as their childhood of why they do things or whatever. And with my mom fighting, you know, her lung cancer. Oh, God, this is hard. So with my mom fighting lung cancer, I don't want to speak of any illness of my mom, you know. I think my mom did the best she could that she knew how, or not knew how. Oh, God, I don't know how to say it. So I'll tell you this. My mom owned a bar. My parents owned a bar, you know, and, well, my mom and my stepdad. My biological father's been out of my life but they owned a bar, and my mom was there all the time. You know, she was always at the bar. And me and my sister, like, we had babysitters and stuff like that, but after a certain age, there wasn't babysitters anymore, and there was me and my sister. And we kind of raised ourselves, you know. I love my mother with all my heart. I really do. And I know she tried. I know she didn't mean to not be there for us. I know she didn't mean that. But she wasn't, you know. And we had to figure out a lot on our own, you know, and things like that. We did. And I got pregnant at the age of 16. because I wanted to be a mother, and I wanted to be a mother to be there for my kids, to be there for my child, if that makes any sense to you. At that age, that's what I thought, you know. I want to be a mom, and I want to be a mom that's there for my child, and I want to do better, and, you know, so I got pregnant intentionally when I was 16, you know, and I didn't know that my son had Down syndrome until he was born. And then, you know, I always say me and my son Billy grew up together because, you know, when they told me he had Down syndrome, I cried for about 3 seconds. And I was like, oh, that's okay. You know, I got this. And there was a wonderful program at the time that I was able to go to, that I went to school with him, and I learned about him, and I was able to learn and get an education with him, and I got to learn about him and how to be a mom and how to do the right thing while getting an education at the same time. So it was really great. It was a wonderful program, and then it stopped. But I was in it for 2 years, which I thought it was really cool that I got to go to school with my son. You know, I was like, oh, we're going to school together. So it was a wonderful program that it's awful that it stopped. But I think a lot of the things, the way that I am today and how I am, is through a lot of life experiences and a lot of self-taught experiences and a lot of mistakes and learning and things like that. And I'm grateful for my life, and I'm grateful for everything in my life, but I've worked hard to get it. You know, I've stepped in a lot of potholes along the way, guys, and I'm sorry this is a long video, but I was making this an opening up video, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about me and why I'm a funky monkey. But again, I love my mother with all my heart, and I'll be devastated. You know, I'm sad what she's going through, and I love her because I know she didn't mean to do, you know, to not be there for us. I know she didn't mean to. She just wasn't a maternal person, I guess, you know, and I think that's what it was. But it was hard, you know, it was hard, and, you know, I got through it, and me and my sister are great. You know, my sister's wonderful, and, you know, she's got a great life, and I'm wonderful, and things definitely could have went south in the wrong way. Like, I could have ended up, you know, like, there's so many different things that things could have went, but, you know, again, I love my mom, and I always will, and I do believe, you know, she didn't mean to not be there, you know, but it's okay, you know, that's in the past or whatever. But yeah, that's some of my things. So when I got pregnant when I was 16, I just wanted to be like, oh, and I wanted more kids. I had 5 altogether. And after number 5, I was like, okay, that's it, tie my tubes, I'm done. And I actually had to fight to get my tubes tied because I was only 26 years old. They're like, oh, I'm like, no, trust me, I'm done. And the doctor's like, well, what if you want to have more children and you're only 26? And I had to go to a counselor and everything to make sure. And I'm like, okay. So unless you're going to provide me with a cash cow, I really need to stop. But I've made my life where my kids have always come first. My kids will always be top. You know, they always come first. I will put myself aside any day for my kids because there's nothing that I need more than my children in my life. So I don't know, but that's a little bit of story about me, and it's a lot of little scatterbutts. Don't even know. A lot of rambling in this video, but I just wanted to open up and make a little video about, you know, some of my life experiences, and there it is. So hugs and kisses to y'all.